My name is David Robinson. I'm a proud son of Columbia, South Carolina. I was raised on the Southern values of faith, family, and treating others as you would like to be treated. I believe in the power of a handshake and the strength of one's word. As a single parent, I faced the challenges of making ends meet firsthand. When I heard the call to serve, I knew I had to act. I served my country where I learned that we are all in this together, regardless of race, color, or politics, whether it was in Afghanistan or Arizona. I saw the power of cooperation. Now, I'm ready to bring that same spirit to Washington. Our nation's future depends on our ability to work together and focus on the bread and butter issues that matter most to everyday Americans, not sowing seeds of division. This November, when you cast your ballots, remember, it's about more than just politics. It's about sending someone who would truly represent all South Carolinians. I am David Robinson, and I approve this message. Good morning, everyone. Dave Robinson here, Democratic candidate for Congressional District 2. Today is September the 10th. We have 56 days left before it's time to vote, November 5th. Just wanted to come this morning to talk a little bit about that, talk about my platform and how you all can get out and vote. One of the most important things you can do in this country is vote, exercise your right. It is your right to vote. It is your right to have your voice heard. It's your right to elect those who you would like to have in to represent you. For instance, in my district, South Carolina Congressional District 2, I'm aiming to represent everyone in my district and make sure that the representation is not just for some, but every community in my district. So let's start off here. Dave Robinson for Congress. What I stand for, defending democracy. I say it often. Been a veteran. Raised my right hand to serve this country, and also just because I retired out, medically retired, and also just retired out of the military honorably, does not mean that my service is ended. When you raise your right hand to defend the Constitution of this country, our way of life, that's something that's ongoing, and also it goes along with my bid to Congress. So again, defending our democracy against foreign and domestic enemies, also protecting women's reproductive rights. Like I say often, women's reproductive rights is American rights. Again, part of our democracy, part of standing up for our freedoms. We all have our basic rights as human beings, basic rights as citizens of the United States. Protecting women's rights is the same as any other right. Providing quality education in every zip code. Growing up when I was a child, I seen certain districts and also certain communities in the district falling short, and it's right in the same district. We're not gonna have that. We want to make sure that money's been allocated to the right places. South Carolina, for instance, $800 million towards education need to be spread out equally, especially if those districts and communities that need it the most. Want to make sure that we're protecting our teachers as well, providing them better pay. Also, that our children are very ready when it's time to be competitive in this market with the changing demographics of AI technologies and renewable energies and things like that. Also, not incentivizing. We're going to make sure we're incentivizing children to go to college, college, and span their dreams and aspirations, without allowing them to accrue debt that they can't pay back once they go to school. Also, lowering healthcare and prescription costs. Thank God for President Biden. We have the $35 cap on insulin for those on Medicare, but to make sure that we're expanding that to everyone, and also that we're bringing all medical prescriptions down, and also with the healthcare, make sure there's quality healthcare for everyone, veterans, including myself, as being a veteran, safeguarding our infrastructure. So, just want to tell you guys that, we want to get you out there to vote this November. I talked to a lot of families and friends who think that somehow that you can't, they don't have time to vote. Of course, we all have jobs and things like that, and we have to relative schools, and we have different things that happen in our life. But like I said, voting is something that's very important. You have to get out to vote. You have to exercise your right. You have to have your voice heard. And I want to say, especially in certain communities, our community as well, mainly, is that our vote do count. You will not hear any other political party or different groups of people that will say, hey, don't go out and vote. Your vote don't count. No, your vote do count. That is something that's been put in our community. Is a stigma, something that's bad, that's been sit there for years. Those may believe that their vote don't count, or they shouldn't vote, or don't really have, they don't even care about voting. But see, sometimes these things that happen in our country and things that we're displeased with happen because we don't vote. So definitely have to get out and vote. So I want to put this up here how you can vote. There's a lot of ways you can vote. So for these things, we got efforts out there. We got some party, the Republican Party, for instance, finding ways to keep you from voting, trying to keep you from voting. But while we got these have these rights here, we want to make sure we maintain them. And the way you maintain those rights to vote is to vote. But this is what we have now. How you can vote. You have an absentee vote for those who not being able to make it to the on November 5th. You can put in the absentee vote. You can call that's a mail-in vote. Those who know what that is. Call the number 803-576-2240 to request your ballot before October the 25th. You have to do it before October the 25th. This is September, so you have plenty of time to do that, but you need to do it now. Request your ballot and get those ballots in. Go ahead and early vote. Also, that's an absentee vote. You early vote in person. Usually, there's no line. I see go to the polls the polls and find that some people say, "Hey, look, just walk straight in, vote, and come right back out." So early in-person voting is a crucial way, especially if you have a job, how you can vote. And there's 2020 Hampton Street and other locations. There's early voting locations all over the state, and you can choose those locations where it's more convenient for you as a citizen, and get your early vote in. That'll be Monday through Saturday. Think about this now. You work, I don't know how many days you work or how you work, but the hours is Monday through Saturday. That'll be October the 21st all the way into November the 2nd. October the 21st to November the 2nd, 8:30 in the morning to 6 p.m. If you can find any time in that time frame to vote, is very important for you to get out there, because I'm telling you, that's it. It's right there where you can actually get those time in. You can say, hey, I don't have time. I go to work and this, that. You have those two options right there starting off. You also on election day itself, Tuesday, November 5th, 2024, this year, it's from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. You can get out and vote. You have all those hours in the day to get out there to vote. But I can't tell you on election day, the lines sometimes are long. And so, like I say, again, for those who just join in, you can do absentee vote by calling the number you see there, 803-576-2240. Request your ballot before October the 25th. You can do it now. Early in-person voting, that's usually no lines. Like I said, it's a whole week. 2020 Hampton Street and other early voting locations. You can call that same number on the bottom here. and find out where those locations are. But it's also on Monday through Saturday, even on the Saturday, October the 21st through November the 2nd. That's from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Election day, of course, Tuesday, November the 5th, 2024, from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. You can visit SCVOTES.GOV or VotesSCBlue.com for more information about this voter locations and things like that. Voting your sample, you get your sample ballot, and make sure you can really see how this ballot will be when you get to the polls. So, of course, there's different ways you can vote, but I want to say, please get out and vote. Please exercise your right. This is the most important thing you can do for yourself. You can do for your country. And don't forget to vote for me, Dave Robinson, when you get there for Congressional District 2. If you're in my district, need your vote. We need to have something different happening in our district, making sure that we are not doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. 20 years is enough to say, hey, look, you know a person by now. They'll tell you, hey, who they are the first time, but 20 years actually show it. You can join my campaign by visiting davidrobinsonforcongress.com. That's davidrobinsonforcongress.com. You can also email us at contact@davidrobinsonforcongress.com. You can call us at the number 803-200-7994. Again, 803-200-7994. Join the campaign, davidrobinsonforcongress.com. We need volunteers. We need to go out and canvas. We need to make these phone calls. Also, for those who cannot join in on the campaign, you can donate. We need to get those information out to everyone that I'm voting, that I'm running. I've run into people all the time that say, "Hey, I didn't know you was actually running." I run into some conservatives that say, "Hey, I want to vote for you, but I didn't know you was running." Until they just recently found out. So, want to make sure we're getting that word out there that I'm actually running. I'm a Democratic candidate running for Congressional District 2 right here in South Carolina. And make sure we tell them my platform, what I'm running for, what I'm standing up for. I'm standing up again for defending our democracy, protecting women's reproductive rights, providing quality education in every zip code. And I mean every zip code. I mean every community. Lowering healthcare and prescription costs. Want to make sure we're expanding those areas where we see that progress is being made of lowering the prescription costs. Like I said, that $35 cap on insulin, that's very crucial to many Americans that's diabetics. But we want to make sure we're including that to everyone, and also that we're doing that for other prescription medication and bringing down our healthcare costs. The only way we could do that is put the right person in Congress. Congress make the laws. Congress is the person that would back these policies that the president would like to see. The president cannot unilaterally do things without Congress. So we definitely want to make sure people in place that is not going to vote against your interests. They're not going to raise your healthcare costs. They're not going to take away your Medicare. They're not going to take away just everything that you basically let you really know that you need for yourself, your Social Security and things like that. So also want to make sure that we're in place to fight for the middle class and the working class. So that's what I'm doing. I really know that we need to invest in our working and middle class. We are the backbones of the country to make our economy work a lot better. So again, thank you so much for listening in. This is a short video I want to make, but I also want to remind you that every Friday at 8:30 p.m. This is my representative podcast. I'd love you to join in to talk with me, to engage with me, to as a constituent, telling me what you like to see in your representative. I'd like to answer some of your questions, tell you what I stand for. Again, we'll be talking about these bullet points you see here. And what I plan to do when I make it to Congress, and how you can help, how you can join the campaign as well. Also, I just want to jump in really quick before I leave and say, hey, look, we need to go to visit davidrobinsonforcongress.com. This is the website here. This is the front page of the website. But one thing is here to contact the campaign. And you put your information there. You want to join in on the campaign. You want to to volunteer. You can put that information there. We'll receive that as well. If you need to donate, you want to donate, you have donate tabs, the front page, donate tab here. But you also can mail in. Those who like to mail in checks, they would go to this address here. So thank you so much, everybody. I just want to jump in real quick this morning before I get my day really going here to talk about, like I say, early voting, how you can vote. Those who just jump in, that's on the screen again. How you can vote. This year is very important in voting. A lot of people don't know all the options that you may have when it comes to getting out to vote. And these are your options here. Do the absentee voting. Again, I'll go over it real quick. Your absentee voting, you can do that by calling the 803-576-2240 to request your ballot, but you have to do it before October 25th, and the best time to do it is now. Early in-person voting, usually there's no lines. I went to on voting day to vote. I was voting every election. I did in the primary, of course, voted for myself. I was really happy to do that. But I vote in every election that we have. And, usually, depending on where you're at, especially the early voting areas and things like that, you definitely do not have lines. But I can't say usually there's no lines. You go to 2020 Hampton Street or other early voting locations. You'll see the website on the bottom of this where you can find out where the other locations are. But it's Monday through Saturday, starting at October the 21st through November the 2nd from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. So there are areas and times that you should be able to vote in person. Also, on election day, that's Tuesday, November 5th, you go in there from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Doors are open. So again, those are ways that you can vote. Visit SCVOTES.GOV or votesscblue.com for more information for your voting location and to request a sample ballot. So again, we can vote. You can exercise your right, and you need to exercise your right. Again, thank you again, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful start of your day. Those who are going to work, I hope your day run really smooth at work today. You get to spend time with your family when you get home. But take care of yourself, be blessed, and we'll talk to you soon. My name is David Robinson. I'm a proud son of Columbia, South Carolina. I was raised on the Southern values of faith, family, and treating others as you would like to be treated. I believe in the power of a handshake and the strength of one's word. As a single parent, I faced the challenges of making ends meet firsthand. When I heard the call to serve, I knew I had to act. I served my country where I learned that we are all in this together, regardless of race, color, or politics, whether it was in Afghanistan or Arizona. I saw the power of cooperation. Now, I'm ready to bring that same spirit to Washington. Our nation's future depends on our ability to work together and focus on the bread and butter issues that matter most to everyday Americans, not sowing seeds of division. This November, when you cast your ballots, remember, it's about more than just politics. It's about sending someone who would truly represent all South Carolinians. I am David Robinson, and I approve this message.